Hi, my name's Taylor Jansen, and this week I chose to do the book called The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend. And this was written and illustrated by Dan Santat, and it was also a 2015 Caldecott Award winner. So this book would be good for preschool through second grade, and it's got about 40 pages. It is a fantasy story, picture storybook. The main character is Beekle, who's the unimagined imaginary friend, and Alice, who is the friend who ends up drawing him, and they meet in the end. The illustrations by the author are very, very colorful. They were done with pencil, crayon, watercolor, and ink, and it uses both realistic and abstract imagery. He uses a lot of bright colors that appear out of this real-world context. They're really detailed, and they don't use a lot of sharp lines. It makes them appear as if they're in someone's imagination. The plot of the story is it begins with the creation of Beekle, and he's born in the land of imaginary friends, where he's waiting for this special child to imagine him, and as time passes, he's never imagined, so he takes matters into his own hands and sets off on an adventure to find his friend. So as he's wandering around for what seems like eternity, he finds the park full of children with their imaginary friends that he recognizes from the island, and so he waits there all day to find his friend, and at the end of the day, he hands this drawn picture to a little girl named Alice, and it was a drawing of him, so she had just imagined him that day. So they develop a strong friendship, and they give each other a lot of strength and courage. The setting takes place, I believe, in the imagination of Alice. Beekle was created on an imaginary island, and he ends up in this huge city. However, in the story, Alice draws their exact meeting as if she had been imagining him the entire time. So the theme would be that some of our best friends can be from our imagination. I think this book would be great for young children because it really encourages them to use creativity and their imagination, and they really get to think outside the box. Lets them know that they're not alone. And an example would be, I can remember as a young elementary school student, we actually had a group of friends with one imaginary friend that we all shared. And he was just kind of a combination of all of our imaginations, and he played with us at recess, and we took turns sitting with him during class, and it was just a really silly time. So a strategy that I have is going to be to create a drawing of the student and their imaginary friend. They can draw their favorite thing that they do with them, or just what they look like. And if they do not have an imaginary friend, I would like them to be creative and draw one that they believe they would have. This book gives some really fun, creative ideas of what that might look like, and we would talk about how imaginary friends are a combination of our style as a person and of our favorite things.